good morning, and welcome. I am Jari with Higher Mom School Digital on a journey towards financial freedom through digital marketing, and also here to support you on your journey if you have been thinking about starting your online business, because the digital marketing industry is going to be worth billions by 2026 and trillions by 2030. So once again, I have to repeat this constantly. If you are not, Lady T, good morning. If you are not in the online space in 2025, I have no idea what you're waiting for. And today, we are going to be talking about mindset and why mindset is crucial in your digital marketing journey. Roxanne, good morning. Because a lot of us struggle with mindset, right? And I wanted to kind of like bring it up, talk about it, give you some tips, some strategies when you're struggling with mindset. It could be that you are upset or frustrated because you can't figure something out. It could be that you expect instant success, right, from starting your business. It could be many things, but today I am here and we are going to talk about it. And we are going to make sure we shake that off, right? And get our mindset in the right headspace so that we can succeed in our online business. Because one thing that I do say all the time is that mindset is a big part of our business. It's actually 80%, okay? That has to do with our business. 80% is all to do with how your mindset is, right? Your mindset has to be in the right headspace. You have to be strong. This business is not for the weak, okay? And if you get discouraged easily, I do recommend maybe you surrounding yourself by positive people, by other digital marketers that truly want to see you win. I know there's not many of those in this space, unfortunately, but trust me, if you go out there and you support, you will definitely find your tribe. Okay, like I have the tribe that I have built has been amazing, and it has taken time, and it goes both ways, right? So they support me, I support them as well. And it is just good to have people in your same niche, right? That understand what you're doing and are just there. Jasmine, good morning. Are they just there to support you? So that's what I mean, Maybe you're overthinking your new product that you want to launch. Maybe you are thinking, that you haven't seen success for whatever reason. Your tribe should be there for you to, thank you so much for the follow, for you to kind of like let them know, hey, like I'm struggling with my mindset. I haven't seen the success that I want to see. So that person can tell you, you're just overthinking it. Just give it time. You're doing a great job. Like, I'm going to give you an example. Last week, my headspace was not there. Like, I was struggling. I was a little frustrated, was, a little upset with myself. And I just did not want to show up for my business, right? And I reached out to one of my digital marketing besties and I said, I don't know what it is, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm not there. I don't want to show up. And she was like, you do such an amazing job. Like, you are out here inspiring us, to do better, to show up for us. So she's like, don't, allow the way that you're feeling to dictate all the good things that you have done in this space. So continue to show up for you. Maybe you just need to take a break for a day, step away and then come back stronger. And I kind of like had to analyze, and I was like, you know what? You're right. So that shifted my mindset right away. I did end up taking the day to just relax, not overwhelm myself. But having people like that to just tell you that you're doing great, just keep pushing. It's why I say that you need to build your tribe, because your tribe is going to help you when your mindset is not in the right space. Okay. And also having your whys written down in your planner, a notebook, a sticky note, a place where you can constantly go back and reflect on them is going to be vital as well. And what do I mean by that? Sandra, good morning. Right. What do I mean by that? I mean that Thank you so much for my finger heart. I mean that you need to write it down and have a constant reminder. Like, so every time you feel like quitting, every time you feel like you want to throw in the towel, every time you feel like this is not for me, every time you just feel like that negative Nancy behavior, whatever that might look like, I want you to go back and reflect and read out loud why you started. Okay, why you started this business and why you must continue. Jolie, good morning. Good morning, my beautiful ladies. Okay, it is very important. Okay, when I started my journey, the amount of times that I told myself I can't do this, right? Because I was training my mind, right, to believe that I couldn't do it, right? So I had to work a lot on my mindset to make sure that I can show up with the confidence that I do now. Why am I late? No, you're not late. You are not late. I said 7:20, but I jumped in a little bit early, or 5 minutes early, like I normally do. You're good. You're not late. You're not late. I haven't even started. I'm just storytelling right now. I'm storytelling. You're good. Sandy, good morning. Right? Jolie's like, come on now. Like, what's up? I was just saying how mindset is a big part of your business. Gwen, good morning. Good morning. I was just saying how having the right type of mindset and just surrounding yourself by a tribe that wants to see you win is also very important in this space. Okay. Make sure you ladies tap that screen. I'm going to wait maybe a couple of more minutes. Thank you so much for my heart, me, to see if some of the other ladies join so that we can get, this mindset session started, okay? But yes, I worked a lot on my mindset. I shifted the way that I spoke to myself, because what you tell your mind, the more you tell your brain something, you start believing it, okay? It's a very powerful thing. So when I started, I had to set up a funnel for my business, and I would tell myself, I can't do this. This is extremely hard. Even before I started working on my funnel, these were the things that I was telling myself. So guess what? When I sat down to work on my funnel, that is exactly what happened. I couldn't accomplish anything. I would just be there frustrated. Good morning. I would be there just frustrated at the fact that I couldn't figure things out and how hard it was. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. This is so hard. Oh my God. Like, I was just second guessing everything. It took me, I kid you not, it took me an entire month to set up a funnel. Like an entire month, from the color, from the branding, the messaging, the pictures, everything just took a really long time. Again, because the mindset was not there. I was truncating myself, right? By telling myself that I could not do it. I could not figure it out. The amount of times that I pulled my hair was insane. Okay, the amount of times I pulled my hair, like, I was so frustrated. But I'm here to tell you that you need to shift that, right? And instead of telling yourself, I can't do this, say, I can't figure this out right at this moment, but I am going to take a break and I am going to come back and I am going to get it done. Okay. And you might not get it done at that point, but the fact that you already are refraining, right, the brain, and letting it know that yes, you are capable of getting that done. Okay. It might take you a little bit longer, but that is also okay. Remember that this business, it's not a sprint, right? It's a marathon. So everything is going to take time. And I need you to be okay with that. Okay. So let's get this started. All I need you to do is tap that screen while I preach away. Okay. So why is mindset crucial in the digital marketing space? Okay. The power of thoughts. It's crazy. I slept 7 hours. I'm like, I can build a funnel today. Don't know how. Period. Chris, good morning. How are you feeling, Jolie, by the way? Are you feeling much better today? I hope you're feeling better today. My headache is not crazy. It's a little bit there, but it's not like yesterday. So I'm ready. I am ready. And you guys are going to give me the energy and the vibes that I need to get through this live. But I hope you're feeling better today, right? So again, the power of thoughts, right? Did you know that 80% of success is mindset and 20% is strategy? Do you see the difference there? 80% it's all mindset, right? And 20% is strategy, okay? You need to refrain from obstacles, right? You need to remind yourself that failure is okay. And you need to take failures as a feedback, not as a defeat. A lot of people, when they fail, they're like, oh my God, like this is not for me. I don't understand why. And I am actually speaking from experience. I have no idea why whenever we fail or when we don't figure something out right away, right? We instantly feel like that's not for us. Like, we are never going to figure it out. This is really hard. This is not for me. Right there, we are already clouding our brain, right? With all these negative behaviors, all these negative thoughts and energy that we are bringing to our business, okay? But I am here to tell you that we need to change that, okay? We need to change that. Good morning. Good morning, Chris. Okay, so if you catch yourself, another thing is that we also want to compare our day one. Chrissy, good morning. We want to compare our day one to someone else's year 3 or year 1. Like, why do we do that? And again, guys, I am actually speaking from experience because that was me too. Every time I come out here and I tell you something, it's because I lived it, right? I went through it. So who better than to give you an example than my own example, okay? But you need to mind your business, okay? You need to learn how to mind your business and focus on you, okay? If you don't focus on you, you are never going to see the change that you were meant to see, okay? So again, today we're talking about something that's just really important in this space, right? It's everything when it comes to building a successful business. Toya, thank you so much for the follow online. And it's mindset, okay? Listen, I know it can be tempting to jump straight into strategies, tools, posting content, content calendars. But if your mindset isn't right, none of that stuff is going to stick. Okay, let me repeat that again. If your mindset isn't right, none of your strategy, nothing that you're working on is going to stick. Okay, why? Okay, I've seen this time and time again. Okay, people get super excited to start their online business. They start a strategy, it doesn't work, so they're like, this doesn't work for me. Again, what I started with, right? Why are we quick to say this doesn't work for me? Because we didn't even test out the strategy for more than a week. Okay, for more than a week. Okay, but the moment things get hard or they don't see results right away, they freeze up, they want to quit, or they start doubting themselves or their business. Please elaborate. Doesn't stick. Okay. So what do I mean? Sandra knows. She's like, that is so true. Please elaborate. So what I mean with doesn't stick is that the strategy is not going to work, right? You're not going to see the success you want, right? You're not going to see the growth that you want. No strategy is going to stick, is going to work, right? If you don't take the time to let it work, right? But you also need to refrain from telling your mind, this is not working, all because the video flunked. I tell you guys all the time when I come out here and I go live, every time I create a content and I'm like, that video is for sure gonna go viral, it ends up being like the worst kind of video. When I tell you, like, the views are awful. Am I going to be hard on myself because of that? No. I do get a little upset because I'm like, for sure, for a fact, that video is going to go viral. And it doesn't. And it be the videos that you don't put that much effort in that end up go viral. Sandra, I know I am speaking to you today. You know what I mean? So that is what I mean by it's not going to stick. You guys, I said this yesterday. If you change a strategy, don't be like those people that are constantly, Cass, good morning. Don't be like those people that are constantly, every week, are switching up their strategy. Every single week. Like, girl, and I'm going to be honest. One of my mentees, right? She decided to start a quote page within a week. She's like, I don't want this quote page again. So she completely got rid of that quote page and started a new one. I was like, what was the point of that? I was like, what was the point of you doing that? Tamara, good morning. I was like, you are wasting your valuable time. You could have literally repurposed that account. She was like, I didn't like the branding. I didn't like the logo. I was like, you were excited about it. Like, I don't get it. She was like, I wasn't getting the followers. Who told you? Where can somebody tell me where it was written that when you start a new account, you are instantly supposed to get followers? Can somebody like elaborate here? Because I just don't understand. I said you need to stop focusing on the views and the followers. If you are creating a piece of content and you know you are telling a story, you are, being bossy, you are whatever you are trying to teach or whatever, she works on mindset or whatever, quote you are posting out there that you know that people are going to feel it. That's all that matters. Like she went and created a brand new account to do more quotes. Like, girl, I was like, you need to stop, okay? Just me and my Teraflu severe cold. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You're not feeling good. Chris, you're laughing because I know for a fact you know exactly what I'm talking about. Guys, don't do that to yourself, please. And I come out here with examples like what I see. A lot of us, we focus too much on the views. We focus too much on the follow. If you guys are not delivering value, what makes you think that people want to follow you? Okay, people need to feel something. You need to make them feel something. Okay, I get it. And it doesn't help with the weather constantly changing, Cass. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. Stay hydrated too. Okay, if you are not providing value, if you are not serving, if you are not out here telling a story for them to relate to you, what makes you think people are going to follow you? Like, no, like we need to understand this, that when we come out and we show up for our business and we create a piece of content, you need to sit down and understand why you are creating that piece of post. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want people to get out of it? Do you want them to feel something? Do you want them to take action? Do you want them to shift their mindset because they're a person that struggles with limiting beliefs? Those are all things that you need to be talking about. You're giving away nuggets of gold, period. Thank you. So, you know what I mean? Thank you so much, Gwen, for my rose. Again, right? So let's get back into the mindset. So before we dive into the strategy, the tactics, we need to check on our mindset. Thank you for my heart, me, Cass. We need to do a mindset check, okay? Is my mindset in the right space, right? Because entrepreneurship is a roller coaster, okay? It's not always cute or easy, but the way you think about challenges, success, and failure and growth is what will either hold you back or help you win, period. I had one post hit over 1K with your hook. Wait a minute. I'm telling you, you guys don't believe me, but the hooks are powerful, right? Because when you have a good hook, it stops the scroll, period. Maria, good morning. Okay, so once again, do a mindset check, right? And a mindset check can literally just be you going back to your whys, reading them. Jess, good morning. Just reading them out loud to yourself. I am tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I want to be a more present mother, right? I want to build more memories with my kids, right? This is me just reading my whys out loud to myself, right? Because I was being a negative Nancy, so I had to put myself on check. I don't know what that might look like for you, right? You need to find what works for you. Guys, I worked on my mindset for months before I decided to take this business serious, okay? When I tell you, I am very honest about how much I struggled at the beginning of my journey. I struggled with imposter syndrome, comparison syndrome, just upset at the fact that I hadn't seen success. I was focused on the money, on making the money, right? But when I said I need to take this serious, I need to change my strategy, go back to the drawing board, the first thing I decided to do before I re-strategized was work on my mindset. Okay, I invested in myself and I started working on my mindset. That meant reading mindset books, right? Listening to affirmation and manifestation. I sure did. Okay, for a really long time. Okay, I want to say maybe 3-4 months. I did work very hard on my mindset. Okay, thank you so much for my heart puff, Jolie. Once I did that, then I said, okay, now I'm unstoppable, okay? Because now my mindset, I don't care, right? My mindset is ready, okay? So now that my mindset is ready, now I can go back to the drawing board and say, how am I planning on tackling my business now, okay? You might think it's no big deal, but I promise you, when you are a beginner in the digital marketing space and things don't go your way, because trust me, they're not going to go your way, the amount of times you're going to want to quit is probably going to be every day, every other day. And I'm talking from experience, okay? This was me too. Every time I couldn't figure something out, every time my videos didn't get the views I wanted them to get, I was always like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And don't get me wrong, even if you have a strong mindset, you are always going to just like have obstacles. Okay? Or you're going to have that time frame where your mindset is not in the right space. I spoke about this yesterday, how last week I was just not in the right headspace because I was like, oh my God, like I come out here and I over deliver every day that I show up for my people. And I just felt like I was failing because I was not where I think I'm supposed to be. And then I went in, like I said, remember, it's important to build a tribe. I reached out to one of my digital marketing besties and I said, I don't know why I'm feeling like this, but I'm just like so discouraged, my headspace. And she was like, listen, you are an inspiration. Like you show up even when you don't want to show up. Okay. I show up because of you. Sir Molly, good morning. And she kind of like grounded me. And I said, okay, thank you. And then I started analyzing, you're right. I am meant to be where I am at this moment, and I am okay with that. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take a couple of days to just rest, reset, refocus. And I came to just over deliver this week. I was like, I am ready. My headspace is in the right space. Okay. That's why I say surround yourself by people that want to see you win, that are in the digital marketing space. Okay. You already know that my community is your community. So, right, if you're struggling with your mindset, whether, you're just too busy on focus on making your money back, I'm here to tell you that you are going to take longer to see the success because your headspace is not in the right space by just focusing on the money. Okay. I tell you, you need to mind your business, focus on serving, and I promise you that the magic is going to happen. Norma, good morning. Okay. So there's no doubt that digital marketing is here to stay, right? There's no doubt. Like digital marketing, like I said, is going to be worth billions by 2026, which is right around the corner. Good morning, right? And trillions by 2030. So again, with that, we need to make sure we have the right mindset for our business if we want to succeed, okay? Some businesses are already moving forward to their digital marketing journey with confidence, but all that comes from them working on their mindset, while others are just starting or yet to begin because they are paralyzed. Right? They're stuck with the limiting beliefs of probably like, I don't know if I can do this, right? I don't know if I'm worthy of this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure that out. Again, work on that mindset, right? Nevertheless, the best time to begin, even if you haven't already, is right now. Okay, guys, I say this all the time. There is no such thing as the right time. Okay, if you are waiting for that right time to start, if you are waiting for that right time to post that first piece of content, you are going to remain paralyzed and you are going to stay there for a really long time. So I need you to just do it, even if it's messy, because remember, taking action is going to get you there. Okay. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. But if you are not taking action, you're never going to get good at it. Okay. Jennifer, good morning. So you need to adopt the right mindset with digital marketing and get the ball rolling. Okay? Period. Okay? Marketing your business online is a lot. It's a lot. It has to do a lot with customers, with your ideal persona. Thank you so much for my heart puff and my finger hugs. Thank you, ladies, right? But it's also about how you approach things. Thank you so much for my heart, me. Thank you. It requires, right, a certain mindset that can go a long way in helping you market your business or develop your personal branding online. Remember, we spoke about branding like 2 weeks ago, okay? This will guide you as you reach out to potential leads, to your personas, right, through social media or other channels, and interact more personally with them in reply to questions or comments through direct messaging instead of just being robotic, right? Because you're confident, your mindset is in the right space, so you're confident, right, to just answer whatever they throw at you, okay? It will make you more perceptive to what your audience wants or expects, enabling you to craft better strategy and improve your products or services, okay? And this is just at the tip of the iceberg, okay? We are going to discuss some of those attributes for a strong digital marketing mindset, okay? So I had to break it down into what part 1 and part 2. So today we are going to go over 3 of those attributes. And let's start with be ready to pivot, okay? Things change fast, especially in the digital marketing space, okay? Digital marketing is not a set it and forget it kind of game, okay? Social media platforms change. Their algorithm, I feel like, changes every other month, right? Tools update, trends come and go. Things are always changing online, okay? If you have been in the online space, you know right now that I am speaking facts, okay? What worked last month might not work today. You have to be willing to switch things up when needed. And all that comes with having the right kind of mindset. The before, Jari, right? Let's just say the algorithm was favoring my content is getting pushed, right? And all of a sudden the algorithm changed, right? So now I am frustrated at the fact that the algorithm changed. So now my content is not getting the views that it was getting before. Instead of me getting frustrated, right? Now I'm like, I need to adapt the change. What is not working now? So now the hashtags, it doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so let me get rid of that. The adding the keywords in your videos and swiping to the right is no longer working. Okay, let me get rid of that. Because remember, we are supposed to be working smarter, not harder. And that is what I mean by adapting to the changes fast. Because the digital marketing space is always changing. Odalisa, Tanya, good morning. Okay, you can't get stuck doing things one way forever. Okay, you gotta be flexible. Okay, I'm gonna give you a real example here. Oh, let's just say that there's a system at my job that I use, right? They decided to decommission that system because they want to introduce something that is supposed to make our lives easier. It's not true, but whatever, right? I'm not the owner of the company, so I'm just a peasant here. I was so mad, right? Because I knew this system front to back to front is the reality. And the same things goes for your digital marketing business. It's always going to be changing. Things are not always going to work. And again, you can't get stuck doing the same thing forever. So that's what I mean by you need to be ready to pivot. Okay. And having the right mindset, it's going to allow you to adapt fast instead of, just being a negative Nancy and like I was before and just complain, oh my God, like here we go again. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do now. What am I supposed to do with my life? I can't figure this out. No, we're not going to be negative Nancy's. Okay. We're just going to be a boss, right? Because we mind our business and we are unstoppable. So we need to have that unstoppable behavior and mindset. Okay, we just gonna adapt. It might take us a little bit longer. That is okay. Okay, that is okay. Period. Okay. Maybe let me give you an example, right? Maybe you just spent weeks working on a strategy for IG or for TikTok, and now your engagement is trash because the algorithm decided to change yet again, okay? It's okay. I need you to I need you to breathe, right? 1, 2, 3. Learn what's working now and try again. Okay? That right there is called growth. Okay? Successful people adapt. They instead of remaining stuck, right? Instead of remaining stuck and resist the change, a successful digital marketer with a right mindset is going to adapt, is going to switch up the strategy, adapt, and try again. That's him. I get it. It's easier said than done. But when you guys start refraining, you are only helping yourself to grow. Okay. Thank you so much for my heart puff. Okay. And what to do instead of freaking out when things change, ask yourself these questions. Sherelle, good morning. What can I learn from this? Okay, what's the new opportunity here, right? Because when you adapt fast, your content is actually gonna get pushed faster instead of you sitting down complaining about the change, right? You need to hop on like right away, okay? And jump on that trend or on that change, okay? Being open to change will keep you ahead of the game always. Always, okay? But all that refrains from you having the right mindset, okay? Let me give you another example of the power of pivot, right? Story. You're a full-time working mom juggling meetings, school drop-offs, dinner, and maybe a side hustle you started because you wanted more freedom, okay? At first, you tried doing affiliate marketing, posting daily, but nothing's clicking. You feel overwhelmed and guilty for even trying. What is the pivot moment right here? Instead of quitting, you're going to pause. You realize you're not aligned with what you decided to start. So you pivot to digital marketing with master resource rights, something that allows you to create content around your story. That shift in strategy, even though it felt scary, gave you peace and results. Right? So again, when something doesn't work, you need to pivot. Another example, instead of quitting, you pause and you realize, you need to, sometimes the pivot is about business, it's about peace. And when you're at peace, the business flows, right? And the other example here, you finally figured out how to do IG Reels and boom, the algorithm changes again. Your views tank, engagement drops, and you are now feeling defeated. Instead of giving up, right, you need to learn how to repurpose that content, right, and start using maybe email marketing, maybe go into TikTok as a backup. You need to adapt within weeks, right? Not just sit there and wait months to, oh my God, this is not working. So here I am paralyzed. I don't know what to do with myself. This is not going to work for me. You need to adapt. You need to adapt, right? As a mom, right? As a working mom, you already know how to adapt because when the kids get sick, right? You're always constantly running. You're always on the go. The schedule changes. Life throws, a million curveballs your way, but you remain with the same energy. You might get a little frustrated, right? But you keep moving because that mom mode doesn't turn off until things get done. And if you're a mom, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So you already know that life doesn't always go as planned, right? So you need to just figure out what's working and keep moving forward. Daily digital profits, good morning. Okay, so attribute number 2. You gotta be a forever student. Okay, mom life. Yeah, mom life. Tap, tap, tap and listen, period. Thank you, Lalisa. Right? You gotta be a forever student. This space moves fast. What worked 3 months ago might not work right now, okay? You don't need to know everything right away, but you do have to stay open to learning, right? The digital world doesn't stay the same for long. Like I said, it is constantly changing. The people making the most money online, they're constantly learning. They're watching YouTube videos, they're re-strategizing, they're reading blogs, they're investing in themselves and asking questions, right? So I want you to think about it. If you were starting a new job and you go through training first, right? Same thing here. You can't expect to know it all in one day, and that's okay. So that's where the knowledge is power. It comes into play that I am always preaching about, okay? So what can you do? You can set aside. Okay, are you able to show the inside of Inner Bloom, or will you show it at a later date. If you want to see the inside of Inner Bloom, thank you so much. Get that back for my heart me. I can most certainly show you the inside of Inner Bloom, Cheryl. I'll pull it up. Let me finish this part right here and I'll pull it up and I'll show you, okay? And not for nothing, but Inner Bloom was one of those courses that helped me a lot with mindset, okay? Just had to throw that out there. Okay, so once again, stay a forever student, okay, forever. Good morning, Gina. Good morning. Right? Let me give you an example. You're cooking dinner with one hand and watching a training on your phone with the other. You guys already know that I am a multitasker by heart. Okay? So I want you to set aside maybe an hour or maybe 30 minutes for a couple of times a week. I'm heading into me. I will contact. Of course. That works, babe. That works. I want you to set time, right, to review. Maybe that looks like you going back to one of the courses that you have. Whatever it is, I want you to take the time to continue learning. One of my goals, right, one of my goals that I set yesterday was that I wanted to review the modules, the new module inside SWC. Guess what? There were 4 modules. I completed all of them. The only one that I didn't watch was my module because, hello, I created the module. I don't want to hear myself. So I'm all set with that, right? But I completed all the new modules yesterday. Literally while I was cooking dinner. Okay, this week I'm completely watching 5 modules. And that is what I mean. You're never going to know if you don't take the time to learn. Okay, I didn't have to sit down. Now, let me just say this. If I find a module very interesting and I'm like, okay, I need to go back to that. Okay, I write it down. You need to go back, or I won't click it. Like I won't what do you call it? Like put it complete, like check it off complete. I won't do that because when I won't do that, it kind of like, instead of the 100%, because you guys know I'm very OCD, right? Guys, we listen and we do tap. When it doesn't have the 100%, that drives me insane. So I'll go back to it. It's just a reminder for myself that there's a module in there that I either need to go back to or I didn't complete. Okay? So that is what I do. And that is exactly what I want you to do. When you take the time to learn, you just your confidence is going to be on another level. Thank you so much for my heart, me. Tude, good morning. Listen. You think I'm playing around, guys? I am speaking from experience here, okay? So once again, right, I was cooking dinner and here I am reviewing this module. So you do the same. I don't want to hear you talking about I don't have time. You will find the time. Melissa, Priscilla, good morning. You will find the time. If you really want to, get to the success that you want, you will find the time, okay? Thank you so much, Gina, for my heart puffs. Thank you again. So let me give you a reflection, right? You don't need to know all at once. You just need to commit to learning a little at a time. That small commitment is the reason you're growing now and why you are going to succeed later, okay? So pay attention to it, okay? Let me give you an example for moms, right? Working moms, obviously me, right? You might not have 2 hours a day to study your modules, right? But you do have 15 to 30 minutes, right? Listen to a podcast while driving to work. Watch a training while folding laundry. When I tell you that multitasking at the max, right? Find the time. When you want something to work, I guarantee you that you are going to find the time, right? I have always been very vocal about the fact that before I started this business, I was like, there's no way. Like, I don't have time. That was my first excuse. I don't have the time. So what did I do? I started sacrificing things, right? I used to take the weekends to hang out with my family. I stopped doing that so that I can really take my business serious. Now, every time I get invited anywhere, I am not quick to jump and say, yes, I'm going, right? I need to analyze how long are we going to do this for? Because I just see it as in that time that I'm just going to be maybe spending money doing God knows what, maybe, going to the mall or going to dinner. I can focus on my business. That's just how I see it nowadays, okay? Or maybe I do my drawing because I see it as an opportunity to create content, period. Okay, so that's what I want you to start seeing, right? I used to binge watch reality TV to unwind, but I swapped one episode, right, to just maybe listen to a podcast on mindset, or maybe listen to a podcast on how to be successful, right? So I'd prop my phone on the counter and listen while cooking, while doing laundry, while, probably cleaning the bathroom, whatever it is, you are always going to catch me working on my business. That's how I learn, on my funnel, storytelling, affiliate marketing, MRR, PLR. It all comes from you taking the time to learn. Again, and that is very important, right? When your mindset knows what you're talking about, again, it gives you the confidence. Face of Simplicity, good morning. Welcome back, right? So let's go to attribute number 3. You can't do this alone. You need a circle, okay? You need a community, okay? Digital marketing might feel like a solo game, right? Especially if you're working from home or if you're a stay-at-home mom, whatever it is. But having a support system changes everything, I promise you. You can start alone. You are going to start alone, right? Because you need to build from there, right? But you'll grow faster when you have people around you who just get it and who are just there to support. It could be other moms, it could be other digital marketers, it could be your mentor, whatever it is, whether it's a group chat, whether it's an accountability partner, whether it is you surrounding yourself with other people's within your niche, or people that have your same persona. You are not going to feel stuck or unsure because those people are going to be there for a reason. I know a lot of you, when you guys are stuck, you guys come to me, right? When you guys want advice, you guys come to me, right? Because I am your accountability partner, and that is fine, okay? And I suggest, let me tell you something. There is, on my IG, I have a group of moms, right? I have a group of moms that it doesn't matter when I post, they are always going to show my content love. And what do? I do the same for them. That is the type of community that you guys want to build. And how are you going to build that? By engaging with not just random people, engaging with people that you feel like you feel connected to them. It could be that you feel connected to them by their story. It could be that they're maybe targeting the same, you guys are in the same niche and target the same persona. It could be that, they're relatable to you. It doesn't matter, but just go ahead. I promise you, when you start doing more of that, and going live is very important, okay? When you go live, people ask you questions, right? They ask you questions. I'm sorry. I just heard my door. I just want to make sure. Oh, that was my daughter. I'm sorry. I'm like, who is opening my door? I'm sorry. Okay. So like I said, Roxanne, Steph, good morning. Okay. You just need to surround yourself by people that want to see you win. Okay. That is very, very important. Good morning, love. Okay. I had moments where I wanted to give up, right? But a voice note from my digital marketing bestie reminded me why I started. And that matters, okay? Just like I was saying, how I was feeling discouraged last week, and I reached out to one of my digital marketing besties, and her message to me, I was like, stop. Like, I wanted to cry, but then it kind of like grounded me back and reminded me of why I started and why I must continue, okay? Surround yourself with people who are also building. Join a community, cheer others up. The energy you put out will come back to you, I promise, okay? I promise. Remember, this is a two-way street. Let me give you an example. Sometimes, right? Thank you so much. Thank you, Gwen, for my goal. Sometimes the people around you don't get it. And I've been very vocal about this, right? When I try to tell my partner what I wanted to do, he kind of like, but maybe, your coworkers, if they find out what you're doing, might look at you like you're crazy. But guess what? That's because they are not brave enough to start their business. So your online community is going to be the community that is really going to be your biggest cheerleader. And that's why I feel like it's important, okay? I created a community with other moms who are also building their brand. And when I'm having a bad day and I come and I talk to you guys about it, you guys remind me of the amazing job that I'm doing, so I can easily shake that off. Sometimes, I might share something very personal. I've broken down on my lives before and cried, unexpectedly, because I was just like in my feels. But you guys have always been there to tell me that you got it. It's okay. Cry it out. You need that. Like with my camera on, okay? Like, and I was embarrassed, but you guys would tell me it's okay. I think Odalisa witnessed that one time, right? And you guys were there to support me and tell me. And that's why I say it is important for you guys to build that community, okay? We are here to root each other, okay? To tell you guys, just root for each other and say you got this. It might be hard now, but I promise you're gonna get through it, okay? Now I'm gonna pause because I feel like I have been talking forever, and see if you guys have any questions for me before I jump into the mindset shift. Ask away. I'm gonna take a sip of my water. No questions for me? Or maybe you want to share what is one thing that has helped you, Trixie, good morning, with your mindset. Maybe drop that, because maybe my strategy might not help you, but it might help somebody else, okay? What do you do to work on your mindset? You guys just want me to keep talking. You guys just want me to keep talking. Okay, so I'll continue, okay? The mindset shift. Don't let other people's success or your own doubts stop you from moving forward. Sometimes we are scrolling on social media. Okay, wait. Sandra said something. I am reading a book. Don't believe everything you think. Okay, don't believe everything you think. I'm going to have to check that out. Hold on. Let me pull that up here in Amazon. Don't believe... so that I can take a look. Don't believe everything you think, right here. Thank you. Why you're thinking is the beginning and end of suffering. Interesting. Okay. I write short thought daily. Okay. I like that. I like the journaling. Really like that. Melissa, good morning. I got it on TikTok Shop. It's amazing. Okay. I'm going to check TikTok Shop too to see. Because sometimes, I don't know what it is, but sometimes things are cheaper on TikTok Shop than Amazon. Or sometimes you might find it cheaper on Amazon than TikTok. So I'm gonna check out both. Thank you for the recommendation. Okay, so let's continue, right? Sometimes we're scrolling through social media and see someone else killing it, talking about they're making 10K months, they're constantly going viral, getting results fast, and we start thinking, why not me? Or worse, maybe this isn't for me, okay? Sometimes I tend to compare myself with other success, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, Gwen, right now. The mindset shift. I got you. Guys, we should have already been at 20K, period. Tell them, Gina. Tell them. Yes, I feel that, right? When we see this, we're like, okay, why not me? Or maybe this isn't for me. The comparison, right? The comparison syndrome. And that's right there. It all goes back to the mindset. That's a mindset trap. Okay, and it is very important for you to learn how to work on your mindset. Let me give you an example, right? You see another mom on IG saying she made 3K this week alone, and you're over here just trying to finish one piece of content between meetings, helping the kids with homework, and cooking dinner. It's easy to feel like you're not doing enough, but here's the truth, okay? Here's the truth. You don't know how long it took that mom right there to get to where she's at. What kind of support she has, or what sacrifices she had to make. Your story is different, and that is okay. And that's why I tell you guys all the time to learn how to mind your business, okay? I've been building this business for 3 years with not rolling in it, but I will never give up. And I love that mindset, Jolie. I love that mindset. It's gonna take some of us a little bit longer, but that's okay, okay? I know that there's a lot of people out there that are very good about, just like shoving in your face the success that they have been able to see, but they don't take the time to tell us how, like, the reality of how hard it was to get there. Am I preaching or am I not preaching? I want to say this is a good 85% of digital marketers that are making a shit ton of money. They don't tell you how hard it was to get there. Okay? But they're pretty good about throwing in your face how they only made $5,000 in the first week of April. Is it true or not true, right? But we're not going to be like that. Nope. We see the after results. Exactly. But we're not going to be, that's not going to make us relatable, guys. That's not going to make us relatable, right? Whenever I showcase the amount of money that I have made, you will see that I have to put there that it took me however long. It took me 6 months to get there, right? I showcase that because I don't want to just perceive that this is going to be easy, because the reality is that it's not. It takes time, dedication, having the right mindset, showing up, being consistent, being all up in your phone or your laptop when you first start this business, and taking the time to learn. It takes a lot. But if you really want this to work, if you put in the work, it is going to work for you, but it's going to take time. So when you guys come out there, go out there, let people know how a big part of this business, that's why when I come out here, I say mindset, consistency is a big part of this business. I'm not just going to tell you that you need to learn your content pillars and go post. No, I let you know that you need to have the right kind of mindset and be very consistent. Okay, so let me tell you what limiting belief sounds like. And this was all of us at one point. Thank you, Tanya, right? I'm not tech savvy. I'm not tech savvy. I don't know how to build a funnel, okay? I don't have time. I'm too late. I don't have a big following. I'm not confident enough. I don't feel comfortable on camera, okay? I'm gonna mess up on my words when I'm on cameras. Marianne, good morning. This is literally limiting beliefs. Again, it comes back to what? Mindset. That is what you are allowing your mindset to believe, right? So what are you gonna say instead? I'm learning as I go, right? I can figure this out, okay? I'm not tech savvy, but I am going to go watch a YouTube video. Guys, you already know that I rely a lot on YouTube. I'm going to go watch a YouTube video that is going to help me figure this out, okay? Let me see. Is this too harsh? Excuses are the tools of incompetence. No, that is right up my alley. Norma, that is right up my alley, okay? Excuses are the tools of the incompetent, and we are not. We are action takers, okay? We are action takers. Thank you so much, Gwen, for my rules, right? Again, my journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It's okay to go slow. Slow is still progress. I might not be perfect on camera, but I will get better the more I do it. Okay? I will find time because I need this to work. Okay? What podcast and YouTube do you all like for mindset? Okay, I have a list here that I'm going to share, okay? So reminder, guys, thank you so much for the follow. I'm going to give you a reminder here. You can't compare your day 10 to someone else's year 2. Pay attention, Gwen, okay? Your success will come if you stay consistent and stop telling yourself stories that aren't true, okay? Every successful person you follow started at 0. I started at 0. You guys love me. And I started at 0 for a really long time. Okay. With messy posts. I started with messy posts, no audience, and a ton of doubts, limiting beliefs, everything. Okay. Yes, Odalisa, mic drop. Okay. But I didn't let the doubt win, and neither should you. Okay, when you focus on serving, I promise you, the magic will happen for you. You just have to trust the process. Had I quit instead of pivoting, I would have never been able to see the success that I have seen now. Okay? Someone else's success isn't your failure, okay? You need to let it inspire you, not stop you. And when that little voice says you can't, remind yourself that you're doing this for something bigger. Your freedom, your family, your future, a better life, a living life on your own terms. Remind yourself that. Remind yourself that. It is very important. I need you to understand that mindset isn't just something cute to talk about. It's literally the foundation of everything you want to build. And if you want to build a strong, solid business, online business, you need to work on your mindset. And that might take your business a little bit longer because you need to work on your mindset. And guess what? That is okay. Because guess what? Your business is gonna be built from brick that is not gonna break. The storm is not gonna knock it over. Do you guys understand what I am saying right now? So because your business was built with bricks, the first storm that comes is not gonna knock it down, guys. It's not gonna knock it down because you have a solid mindset. Okay, you have like your mindset is in the right headspace right now, okay? Instead of building your business with freaking paper or leaves or cardboard, right? Where the first storm is gonna knock it down and you're gonna feel like, oh my God, this is not for me. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. We are going to build it brick by brick, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. You need to understand that because you are building that business out of bricks, it's gonna take you a little bit longer. But guess what? Is going to stand strong long term. And one thing that I talk about all the time is that when you are working on your business, I want you to think about it long term. I don't want you guys reselling a course the rest of your life. I want you to look at the bigger picture. How are you planning to expand? Right? My mind is always going into like so many directions, right? That is exactly what I want you to do. And all that comes from having the right mindset, period. Okay? So again, let me take a sip of my water. Please hold. I told you guys yesterday, I'm ready. Since I canceled 2 lives on you guys last week, I am ready this week. I got you. Okay. So remember, you don't need to be the smartest or the most tech savvy person. Drop that mic, period. Okay. You don't need to be tech savvy or the smartest person. You just need to believe in what you're doing. You need to be open to learning, staying consistent, and surrounding yourself with people who are going to be there to say, you are just overthinking that. You got this. Go out there. I believe in you. Or, you know what, Gwen? Maybe, I want you to take a look at this kind of content. This is just me. Let's just say that you came to me and I'm giving you an advice. That is exactly what I mean. When you surround yourself with a community that wants to see you win, I am never going to be that mentor that is going to send you off the way for you to fail. And I am very brutally honest. Okay, I might hurt your feelings. But can I just say that I don't do it with intentions to break your heart. I do it because I need you to win. Because I told you that we're going to win, right? That my win is your win, so your win is also my win. Okay, so sometimes I have to be a little harsh, and that is okay. Again, this business is not for the weak. Okay? So this journey is worth it, and you're not doing it alone, okay? To all my empowered mamas out there grinding, please know this. You're not behind. You're building a life of freedom, not just for yourself, but for your family. And that takes courage, okay? You're not doing something that most people don't have the guts to try. And that's why sometimes we get a lot of hate, right? We get a lot of hate because we were brave enough to start the business. We were brave enough to put our faces out there and create that content. We were brave enough, right, to go out there and go live, right? Even with the fear, but we did it scared. We did it anyways, okay? So stay focused. Give yourself grace, and remember, the best things you can do for your business is to keep your mindset strong. Because remember, when that storm of negativity and negative Nancy's and negative Karens come, no offense to if there's a Nancy or a Karen in here, okay? When that storm comes, it's just gonna pass by you, and you are just gonna brush it off like, is that all you got? Like, is that all you got, period, okay? And I'm going to give you, Priscilla, I'm not sure if you're still here, but I'm going to give you some actionable mindset strategy that helped me when I started working on my mindset, right? You can do daily affirmations, right? Or maybe a couple of times a week when you are just doing affirmations like, I am capable of building the life I deserve. I am consistent, resilient, and committed to success. I attract opportunities, wealth, success every day. You can go into Pinterest and search positive mindset affirmations, and they usually come in like a cute template that you can save. I used to have this in my iPad as my screensaver. So every time I would use my iPad for everything, I would have to read it. Okay, so that's the same thing that you can do, right? You can also do the visualization exercise, right? You can close your eyes and just like sit in silence. And I want you to start visualizing the success, right, that you want to see, or I want you to visualize yourself accomplishing those big goals that you have, right? How does that look like for you? How does that make you feel? What impact is that gonna make for you, for your family, when you visualize? I tell you guys all the time, being Delulu is the Salulu. Okay, visualize yourself traveling. If you want to travel more, I want you to visualize yourself traveling more. Okay, but use the visualization exercise. Maybe once a week, visualize the success that you want to see. And I promise you that you are going to start lighting up a fire under you that it's like, it's almost like you are posted up ready for a fight. Like, I'm ready. I am so ready. That is what visualization is going to do for you. You can also create a daily win journal. You can write down something that you did every day that helped you move forward on your business. An example could be, I went live today. I connected with 5 people, right? I was able to help someone that was stuck, right? I, created 2 pieces of content today, okay? I created my very first digital product, right? I sold my first course. Every win, right? It does not have to be monetary. Okay, I got my first lead. Okay, I connected with someone that I look up to in this space. Whatever it is, I want you to write it down. This is like, if you decide to go the journal route. Okay, I want you to have a growth mindset mantra. Okay, where you repeat this mantra to yourself every day. It could be in the morning. It could be throughout the day, multiple times a day. This is what I used to tell myself when I decided to take my business serious, right? I am growing. I am learning. I am unstoppable. Okay, I am growing. I am learning. I am unstoppable. Throughout the day, right? Whatever you are feeding your brain, you start believing. So if you tell yourself, I am unstoppable every day, I am unstoppable, you are going to become unstoppable. But if you start feeding your brain with, I can't do this, I can't figure it out, this is too hard, then that is exactly what it's gonna, you're not gonna move forward. You're just gonna remain paralyzed. And us over here, at least in my community, we are action takers. We get shit done, period. One way or the other, we're gonna get it done. Okay? So you're gonna turn the negativity around, right? So maybe you can write down a negative thought. Maybe this could look like, this isn't working, and then write it as a positive. I'm learning what doesn't work, which brings me closer to what does. Okay? I can't figure this out right now, I'm going to take a break, but I will figure it out. turn the negative into a positive. Remember, okay, you are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Okay, I had to throw that quote in there, period. Okay, now I'm gonna pause before I go into the YouTube channels, the podcast that help with mindset, and see if anybody has any questions for me. I also need to take a break because damn, I have been like talking nonstop. Does anybody have any questions for me? Any questions? Any questions? If not, I can proceed. Proceed to the roots. No questions? Let me see if Priscilla is still here. Okay. Tap away. Okay. I'll continue then. Okay. So for YouTube channels for free that you can watch to help you with mindset, right? I have perfect. Okay. So for YouTube channels, I have Mel Robbins, right? Practical advice for motivation and mindset, right? I have Maya Washington, Shameless Maya. She's inspirational content that focuses on mindset, confidence, and showing up for yourself unapologetically. I absolutely love her. Okay. Check her out. You can just like take a shower and then just listen to this in the background, or maybe start listening to them before you go to bed. Or again, multitask while you're folding laundry. I want you to go into your YouTube channel, and I want you to find these channels and subscribe to them, and put it as a weekly goal for yourself. Like, I really want you guys to come on Mondays and tell me, you know what? I decided that I'm going to work on my mindset because that is what's going to help my business be unstoppable, be a good business, right? Be a unbreakable business. I want you to start working on your mindset. Oh my God, Jari, like I watched this one. Maybe every Monday I'm going to come and I'm going to give you guys probably a homework on, hey, I just found this one, go watch it. And then Friday or Saturday when we go live, we can discuss what we learned from that podcast. You know what? I'm going to start doing that next week, period. Because if I don't do it homework wise, you guys are just not gonna take action. And again, we are action takers, so yeah, write it down and make it happen is one I love. You know what I mean? Write it down and make it happen. Let me write this one down. Wait a second. So again, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go save these. What is the name of your YouTube channel? My YouTube channel, Gwen, is the same as my Jari's Digital Empire. If you go in the link in my account, right under Stan Store, there's two links. There's my IG link and there's my YouTube channel. So you can click and it'll bring you straight to my YouTube channel, okay? Let me see. Write it down and make it happen. And if you can't find it for whatever reason, I can send you the link once I'm done with this live, okay? Tap away. Okay, so again, Abraham Hicks focuses on manifestation and aligning with success, which is very important for us in the digital marketing space. And then I have the Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial. He does daily inspirational and actionable mindset tips, right? And for podcasts, my favorite, Jay Shetty. I have a couple of books from him. He's just so knowledgeable, focuses a lot about mindset. So the podcast is On Purpose with Jay Shetty, right? It's a mixture of mindset, purpose, and practical tips. Then we have The Secret to Success by Eric Thomas, right? He's very raw, powerful podcast from one of the most dynamic motivational speakers that blends tough love with mindset principles. Okay? Then we have Manifestation Babe podcast by Catherine Senkina. She focuses on mindset and manifestation in business. Really good. This one is a really good one. And then we have the Ed Milet show. He does inspiring stories and success strategies. Again, guys, if you missed it, don't worry. I'm gonna add this live to my YouTube channel so you can always go back and reference and listen to them and add it to your go search them in your YouTube. Okay. Now, let me give you a challenge, right? If you are thinking of quitting because you haven't seen instant success, I want you to ask yourself something, right? Are you truly giving this your all? Are you being consistent every single day? Those are the things that I want you to ask yourself. Okay, good. I didn't get them. Don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna save this to my live. As soon as I jump off, I'll save it. And it takes a while for the live to load, but then I can, you know what, which one is the homework? We can, you know what? I like it. I like it. Odalisa, let's start with Maya Washington, Shameless Maya. Let's start with her. And any of her videos is good. Nicole, good morning. Let's start with Maya Washington. The reason why I say her, Shameless Maya, is because she focuses on mindset, confidence, which is something very important, right? For us to build that confidence and showing up for yourself unapologetically. So let's start with that one. Ivy, good morning. Let's start with Maya Washington, Shameless Maya, okay, whichever, and then we can talk about it. We can talk about it. Okay, so again, ask yourself those questions, and I have another quote for you guys, right? You can either give up or get up. Quitting guarantees failure. Showing up every day guarantees growth. Yes, Maya Washington. Just like that. Now, Maya, wait. No, wait. It's Maya. Hold on. Let me. It's Maya Washington. Shameless Maya. I'm going to write it in the comments so that you guys know the correct spelling of her name. Where is she? Shameless Maya. Shameless Maya. There you go. There it is. I'm back. Okay. Let's see. Or IG. Okay, Sherelle. Okay. So sorry. Is it a podcast or this one? Maya's is a YouTube channel for Maya. Okay. Let me just pull up. Sorry, is a YouTube channel. Okay, Sherelle is back, so I'm just gonna pull up Inner Bloom quickly so that I can show her what Inner Bloom looks like, which is one of the courses that helped a lot with my mindset. Let me see if I can just pull it up here. Turn my camera on. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull it up and I'll show you. I love Inner Bloom. Yes, Inner Bloom is just amazing. It's amazing. Let me just turn this on. FX. Okay, Sherelle, so this is Inner Bloom, right? It is hosted in the Mighty platform, right? So let me just get out for you to see, right? So this is the app, right? So I'm going to go into Inner Bloom. This is everything inside Inner Bloom. It is so much information, you know, how to earn. If you want to sell Inner Bloom, you would start here, right? Mindset, money mindset, self-concept, manifestation, relationship, body, if you want to work on healing. But one thing I do like is that they have archetypes, right? So with Inner Bloom, you can actually, so I took the test and I am the Reclaim Woman. So I completed this whole training. So they have the Reclaim Woman, they have the Healed Woman, the Empowered Woman, the Healthy Woman, the Rebel Woman, and the Mystic Muse. So what you would do, Sherelle, is that when you start, right, when the start here, right, the welcome section, there's a test that you have to take, right? So over here, this is where you would start, right? Welcome before, start here, the quick starter guide, Inner Bloom archetypes quiz. So if you want to know which archetype to start with, it doesn't mean that you can complete all of them, because you can. It's just to get a better understanding of where you fall under. So this, I believe is 50 questions, if I'm not mistaken. Once you take it, it's going to tell you which archetype you are. And then that's going to be like a guidance as to where you should start your journey. Again, this course is just, I sell it because it's just like a lot of us struggle so much with mindset. And they have affiliate option and they have MRR option. So if you want to sell it for 100% profit, you can, or if you want to do affiliate where they do all the work for you, then you can also do affiliate. Okay, so it's completely up to you. And again, you can identify that under, Earn with Inner Bloom. You will go to Earn with Inner Bloom, and it kind of like breaks down everything for you. If you want MRR, then you will start here. If you want affiliate, then you will start here. Okay, so that is Inner Bloom right there. Do you want me to check anything else, Cheryl? And then they have chats for every single space. So if you are the reclaimed woman, they have a chat for that. If you are the healed woman, they have a chat for that. And they have a section on digital marketing as well and how to be successful in the online space. Like these girls, and they have so many master classes on pretty much any topic that you can think of. And this is like the notification that if you want to come check like the recent posts or whatever it is. So yeah, that's what Inner Bloom looks like. So now I am going to put my background back on. Guys, I created this. Tell me that is not cute. That is, sorry, multitasking. Tell me that's so good how to sell. Yes, it is. It is really good. Thank you for my rose, Sandra. Okay, so that's what, Cheryl, that's what Inner Bloom looks like. Any questions? Any questions for me? Oh, yeah, yes. And if you decide, Sandra, that you want to do the MRR, you have to go through a training, right? And if you decide you want to do the affiliate, they just updated that not too long ago, because I guess that people were not taking the MRR serious. So that's why they decided you need to actually sign a form and say that you agree to the terms and condition. How much is it? Inner Bloom is $97. I saw that. You see what I mean? Because people just be messing things up. Thank you so much. I'm going to contact you. I need that. Of course, love. Of course. Again, Inner Bloom is just, you don't have to resell it. I feel like Inner Bloom is a course that women should definitely have if you struggle with mindset. Like, they teach you how to step into the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest version of yourself. And it's just a community for women, like created specifically for women. It's amazing. It's amazing. Any other questions? Any questions for me? I'm going to be on another 15 minutes if you struggle. Exactly. And they help you too. Like if you have trauma, like from the past, like you growing up, any source of trauma, they help with that as well. And what perfect timing then to talk about Inner Bloom when I'm over here talking about mindset, right? So it was like meant to be, right? But yes, they help you work with anything you're and everything you're struggling. Thank you so much, Gwen, for my heart puff. Thank you. Healing your inner child. Yes. I was surprised when I went through the Reclaim Woman. I was like, stop, shut the front door. I was like, there's no way. I honestly thought I was the Rebel Woman. And when I came out, the Reclaims, and I started reading, I wanted to cry because it was like, yes, this is me. Like, this is me right here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anything else you guys want to talk about? So I have some mindset affirmations for you. Okay. So maybe let's go over those. Okay. Number one, I know I felt the same way. It's good. They did a good job with it. Okay. So number one, I am building my business at my own pace, and that pace is perfect. Progress is still progress, even if it's just one small step every single day. Okay. Number two, every day I show up, I'm planting seeds for my future success. Remember, results may not be instant, but they are coming, and I want you to just continue showing up for you. Number three, I am capable of learning anything I need to succeed, whether that's relying on Google, YouTube, or community support are always there for you to continue learning. Number four, I give myself grace when life gets messy. I can pause, but never quit. Okay. I know that being a mom and an entrepreneur, listen, we know how to multitask, and sometimes we take on a little bit too much on burdens that we can handle. But again, it comes with that mom, empowerment that it just makes us unstoppable. Number 5, my voice and my story matter. Someone out there needs to hear it. Okay. Authenticity builds trust and connection. That's why I tell you, show up authentically. Your story matters, whether you believe it or not. Your story has power. Have a great day ahead, everyone. Thank you so much, Jolie, for stopping by. Right? Your story matters. So don't underestimate the power of storytelling. Okay, then we have where is it? What number did I? Okay, number 6. I do not need to be perfect to be powerful. Real and relatable will always win. Okay. Number 7, my time is valuable and the work I'm doing matters. Even if it's during you're working and you're working a full-time job, but you're working on your business, you're showing up for you, and that's what matters, right? Number 8, I trust the process even when I can't see the full picture. Number 9, I celebrate small wins because they lead to bigger victories. And number 10, I am creating a life of freedom for myself and my family, period. Point blank, period. Any questions? Any questions for me? I have about 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. So ask away. I hope you guys found this live very helpful. Love that. Thank you. Of course, my pleasure. And tomorrow I am going to bring mindset part 2 because there's so many other attributes that we want to go over, right? So that we can make sure we have all the tips, tricks, everything that we can think of to really make sure that our mindset is in the right space to help us succeed. Right? Because again, maybe we haven't seen the success that we want. Julie, good morning. But we will eventually if we just focus on looking at the bigger picture, visualization, and just showing up, working on that mindset again every day, whether that looks like listening to a podcast, daily affirmation, visualization, maybe writing down in a journal, or having a mantra that you tell yourself every single day. Or maybe you're going to start writing the negative. Maybe every time you catch yourself saying something negative to yourself, you're going to go grab a notebook and a pen and you're going to write that negative thought. And then I want you to write the positive right next to that negative thought. Once you start doing that and you start training your brain, I promise you things are going to shift for you. Okay. Jadi, can I see you creating a course? Jadi, I can see you creating a course on mindset. You're so inspiring. Thank you so much for saying that, Roxanne. Thank you. I just feel like, it took me so long to get there, to have the right mindset, right? And again, that's why I tell you guys it is going to take time, but it's so worth it when you work on it. It is so worth it. And thank you so much for all the faith you guys have in me. I truly appreciate it, for the vote of confidence. Thank you. Instead of a course, how about a mindset class? I could do that. Yes, I can totally do that. Thank you so much, Gwen, for my rose. I could totally do that. Like a master class, right? I could do that. Because people feel like mindset, right? Zoom or Zoom too. We could definitely do a Zoom. And it might be sloppy, right? It might be sloppy, but maybe we could do it in the sense that we all bring to the table whatever has helped us with our mindset, right? Because maybe you have a better strategy than what I came out here and I preach. Maybe this might have worked for me, but maybe what you're doing to help with your mindset might help me even more. Okay. So maybe we could do we could do like a collaboration mindset Zoom. I like that idea. Like that. I'm not the only one talking, right? I'm not the only one talking. No, just structure it will be great. Yes, exactly. Master Zoom, period. And can I just say a 1 day mindset shift? Yes. And can I just say that yesterday, as soon as I was done, I was late to my meeting, but I kind of like let my supervisor know. I was like, hey, like I have a really bad migraine. I need to go get a really strong coffee. And they already know that I am a Starbucks fanatic. So they're like, no worries. You won't miss much. You won't miss. So yes, I went and I grabbed my venti espresso. I sure did. Shaken espresso. Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm gonna do today I'm gonna go get the matcha latte. I'm gonna go get the lavender matcha latte today. Any questions? Any questions? You guys have been amazing. So I truly appreciate it. I need to stay on another 5 minutes because I want to make sure I complete my 90 minutes. And that's why I need to stay on. See, out of my goal, you are amazing. You are amazing too. So thank you so much. You know that I already today, my goals, I am like not playing games. I have the products. Last night I came and I put the 3 products. I said I wanted to review at least 5 products. I have 4 products right at my desk that I'm gonna review for Amazon. I completed all the modules, the new SWC modules yesterday, right? And today I'm going to do a couple of my review videos for Amazon. And what else? And I've done my second live. Remember I said I wanted to do at least 4 lives. And today, this is my second one. So you guys better be working on your goals the same way I am. Did you get the sister bot? I did not get the sister bot. I got the SWC, I got the builder's bot, obviously, because that one was free, but I did not get the sister's bot because I'm going to tell you why, Chris. I want to create my own bot. You're adding SWC. So you know how SWC has like the builder's bot now? So I added that because they give it to you for free, but they also have the sister's bot, but they're charging for the sister's bot. I want to create my own bot. So instead of me buying all these bots, yes, I was looking into that myself. Yes, so I invested in a course that teaches you how to build your own bot. And I want to build my own bot. And I want it to be very sassy. I want to train it to tell you to mind your business and all of that. So I am ready. Sandra, what do you mean by you're adding SWC? What do you mean by that? Wow, that's perfect. Yeah. I want to build my own bot. She's going to be sassy and I want her to have pink clothes on, obviously pink, so I can stay on brands, and she's going to have my personality. In your course, and are you adding more? For now, that's all, that I had to add, right? But if people have anything in mind, I know that all the PDFs are missing. So I had a PDF on building your persona, and I had a PDF, like a free hook PDF, and they're not there. I reached out to Steph and I asked her if she could please make sure she adds them, because I had a couple of people reach out to me and say, hey, in your video, you're referencing, like a PDF, and I don't see it. And it's just like, I don't want to continue like messaging them and say, hey, because she already told me I'm gonna make sure I add it, but it's still not there. You know what I mean? So maybe if you guys ask in the community, it might kind of like speed things up. But under the building your persona, there should be a PDF on it that will teach you step by step on how to build your persona. And under the hook strategy, there's also a PDF for you guys. Okay. So yeah, I was a little bummed about that and also like in the intro video, my handles were supposed to be there in case people wanted to follow me, and they're not there either. So, yeah. And like I said, I'm not a person that I like to bother, but it's just that, I want to over deliver, but I want to make sure the resources I did for you guys is also available to you guys. Okay. So yeah. Any other questions? But I am glad you guys, that watched my module liked it, enjoyed it, and felt like I over delivered. Anything else? take a sip of my water. And once again, I will be adding this this live to my YouTube channel. Anything else? You know what, Chris? Maybe you could do can we get them from you? I have SWC. You want me to send you the PDF? Yes, I will have to look for it, but it would be like I will have to email them to you. I do. I can send them to you. But I just felt like, you know what I mean, that it's better if they just put it under the video that I am talking about it, right? So like that, everyone that when they watch the module, they are able to just click on it and save it, you know, instead, because if let's just say if 9,000 people that are inside the community, if I have to message each individually, oh no, that's like another full-time job right there. I know they should, you know what I mean? But you know what? I'm going to ask again. I'm just going to message her again. I'm going to message her again and see if they will put it. I know. I know, Sandra. Sandra's being impatient, but I got you. I'm going to message again and see, you know, if they can hurry up and add it. But I'm going to jump off. Don't forget tomorrow. Let me just check my meetings for tomorrow. Tomorrow we are doing mindset, part 2. So I will be on. Oh, my first meeting is early. Okay, so I will be on for like 7:15. Okay, I will be on for 7:15. You were gonna say something to me. Oh, Chris, what I was gonna say was that maybe you should do a module. Thank you so much, Gwen, for my TikTok. Maybe you should do a module on LLCs and all of that. I mean, I know there's a module that is similar, but I feel like there could be more information. Maybe you could reach out to them and say, hey, like I have this knowledge. Can I add to this? And you can definitely add to the already module. I feel like you would probably, not that you would probably, you would give better information than what's there, if that makes sense. Okay? That's what I was going to say. I'll ask in the community with SWs. Thank you so much, Sandra. Again, if you do it, I just feel like other people are probably wondering the same, and it's just going to speed up the process. So please, I would truly appreciate it. And maybe tag me in it, and then I'll be like, yeah, you know, I'm waiting for the ladies to add it or something like that. I'll look into it. Awesome. All right. Well, have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow for Let's Talk Mindset Part 2 at 7:15. Thank you. Bye.